So dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, we'll take few minutes to understand something about meditation before we get into our practice session. So why we need meditation? And what is the difference between thinking and meditating? So for meditation, there is a word it called mental culture. So culture comes from cultivation. So the cultivation is the method of development. So when you develop something, it needs to change. It needs to change and need to become better. So the meditation is a method will take you to certain kind of inner experience which you can't reverse. It cannot undo. So as you know, this in this computer words program, there is sometimes there is a button called icon called undo. It's go to the previous version exactly as it is. You can get it. But when you develop the mind, when you recognize something clearly, you can't go back to your previous version. So that development, moment by moment, moment by moment, if you able to continue in a certain level, your body, mind, awareness, this all come together and start to perform to the 100%. That highest level of experience bring the connection or the harness or the recognition with the environment we live. And that is where you able to experience things as it is. And that is where you can recognize how things come to be as they are. So that is a journey that itself we have to develop within ourselves. And when it comes to that, when you go through this journey, the most important thing is that you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your mind. You have to more into your own awareness. Why? Because your mind, your own mind is the best teacher. Of course, we learn from books, we learn from parents, we learn from culture, we learn from traditions, we learn from schooling, we learn from universities, we learn through many other ways. But out of this all, your mind has ability to teach you something. Your mind has ability to see something beyond the books, beyond the teachings that we gain out of from the outside. So, and at the same time, it can be a helper, but at the same, you have to remember it can be an enemy also. Because how about once it start to bring the wrong kind of information to you, you will go with it. So then you have to develop a method to gain the exactly right kind of information by your own mind. So the meditation is a method you tune to that level. So it deeply take you to a moment to understand by yourself within your own experience regarding your own life. Once you have that self-understanding, that you become more comfortable person inside you. And to get into that, you have to develop some quality. So what is that? So remember this, that when you observe yourself, what you see, you have to accept it as who you are. You cannot neglect it. You cannot push it to somebody else. You have to take the 100% total responsibility regarding you as who you are. It doesn't matter whatever the failures or whatever the success, whatever you lose, whatever you gain, you have to take the all full responsibility. So there is a simile for that. Just imagine early in the morning, you go to mirror. In front of the mirror, when you look at the face or your hair, if there is something, if any kind of dirt or if any kind of something that which you don't want. So in the very first level, you have to accept it, it is there. Then you will remove it. Just imagine, you go to in front of the mirror and you look at the face. And there is something, but if you don't accept it, what will happen? Then you allow it to be there like that. You go to the mirror and you look at your hair and it is messy, but if you don't accept it, what will happen? You're going to keep it like that. Then you neglect, oh, it is okay, let it be there like that. So in the very first level, you have to accept, oh, when you see that, you have to accept it. Oh, it is there is something, oh, it should not be like this. Then that acceptance will take you to correct it. So same like when you look at the life, when you take fully responsibility to yourself, when you look within yourself, you're able to recognize certain things. And in the very first level, if you neglect it, what will happen? It's going to be there like that. Whatever the habits or the emotions or the laziness or anything. So then you're not going to correct it. So meditation is a method you start to look within you and recognizing what's happening there. You're able to see your own mind. You're able to recognize your own thoughts. And once you see it, you have to accept it. If it is wrong, you have to accept it as wrong. Then you can correct it. But mostly what happens, even though it is there, for some people, there is no ability to see. For some people, even they see it, they don't accept it. Even some people see it, accept it, and they allow it to be there like that. They don't want to correct it. There are very few people, when they see it, they really make action themselves to correct it. That correction itself, within your own thoughts, day by day, day by day, day by day, will take you to a point to become very conscious person yourself without depending from anything. So then, rather than looking outside, you become more comfortable looking your inside, your thoughts, and you mostly depend on that. So then that is where you become very sustainable person. That is very, very important for you, because today our life depending from a lot of things. We think without this anything, our life cannot happen. We become already debtors to this outside world. We became already beggars to this outside world. This all the comfort and the satisfactions, all the emotions that we always go behind it. This all the consumer product and the machines and technology, this everything paralyze our deeper awareness. So mostly now we depend on this outside comfort. So remember this, through this science or the technology or through the machines or through the media, or especially with the social media and through the YouTube, and whatever the satisfaction it brings to you, what happens psychologically for you, it just the moment of satisfaction brings to you. That's why, as you know, like TikTok, like Instagram, videos, very short videos, maybe few seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. So like that. And people become so happy to watch it. Why? Because very instant, very fast. Reactions become happy and joy. You caught up in that moment. But the thing is this, just imagine, you caught up and you get high and you become deeply caught up in the moment of satisfaction, and it's kind of like you get into an intimacy that with this perception, you caught up there. It's a one minute of intimacy that you caught up. You feel complete satisfaction. But the thing is this, in that very moment that whatever you reached inside you, you already disconnect from you. You already, in that 1 minute, you already ponder towards something, deeply dream state to visualize or dream, or kind of like caught up in the thoughts, which that so powerful, you are disconnecting from the moment. And then once you get into that high level, that once you get into that high, what happens? You don't come back. You go to another one. You go to another one. And then in 5 minutes, you go to 5 kind of states in your mind, different kind of dream state, different kind of projection, different kind of outside fonder intimacy that you have through all these 5 videos. And then once the mind start to go with that, go with that, go with that, go with that, you feel kind of like you happy, but it not allow you to recognize what is happening within you. Just imagine, without understanding what is happening within you, whatever the happiness you gain or the satisfaction you gain, it always going to take you to unhappiness. Why? Because the very behavior or the very fundamental quality of the human mind, it always going to be satisfied with the deeper recognition. That's why it doesn't matter in the outside world, whatever you reach, finally you need the deeper inner satisfaction. Otherwise, you always feel like you lose something. You feel kind of you miss something. So then it is very necessary for you to practice, because no one can stop this. Day by day, that currents become more high. And people so into very instant, very quick, the moment of satisfaction. It's everywhere. People can't even 5 minutes, 10 minutes hold it to something. Just imagine if you can't just be in the moment a little bit. If your mind always jumping, and even the you become more faster than the monkey. So that's why this slowdown is, inner slowdown is very necessary. Why? Because when you have a very real conversation with your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, or the partners, or co-workers, or even unknown people sometimes, when you have real conversation, it is very necessary. So understanding each other. It is not a one side of understanding. So, but today we become more kind of like caught up in self-illusion through ourselves. And we have deeper our own inner conversation, and we caught up there, and now we have with the conversation with the machines, and you always hold it to your own point of view, you will never change it. But in the real conversation, it's not like that, that you caring, and at the same time, you change the situations, you accept that kind of like, it's always when it comes to real communication, it's totally different. but through the machines and through the videos, and we have our own conversation inside us. And we never going to get into the real ability of natural conversation. So that's what happened. It's with the Siri or the Erica or many other things. You know, the people now become kind of like zombies themselves, and at home themselves, you know, they cannot have a very clear conversation with people. When they when they go to outside, if another person talk to them, they get so mad. But they are so into have a personal conversation with all the machines. And the people more love dogs and the cats or the animals, but they get so mad with the humans. And they so lovingly talk to animals. And when they take them to walk. But how about in case if somebody come forward and maybe somebody make a little mistake and they become so mad about this human. But that way we cannot find the wisdom. I'll tell you where this wisdom take you. This wisdom take you to clearly understand the human mind. So that's what the power. Understanding how the human mind works. You may understand how the machines work, how the animal work, how the planets work, but if you don't have the ability how the human mind work, how your life going to happen in this planet? So that's why this will take you to deeper understand how the human mind work. So once you have that ability, these machines or these animals or this nature is nothing, because that all follow the patterns. It's very easy to recognize, but the very complicated mechanism happening in this human mind, once you have that highest level of recognition, and you become more and more comfortable with your own life. So we don't understand our own mind. As a result of that, we can't understand other people. So when we are failure to understand the human mind, we slowly get into machines, technology, and animals. And then we develop a deeper relationship with that. So then we live in that comfort zone. We never want to get out of it. That way you will never make the life happen. You just go with the pattern. So then remember yourself. Develop a very sustainable life. That's mean have an ability, meet your own needs with the recognition, with the understanding within your own mind, with the clarity how things come to be as they are. And so then you once you have that you will see your life become more and more comfortable for you, and you become more satisfied. And that satisfaction, that comfort, bring the contentment to yourself. That contentment will develop the clarity, and that clarity will develop the understanding. That understanding will develop the recognition. That the recognition will develop the wisdom. And once you have that, you become the light to yourself. Then you don't worry about the darkness. You don't worry about even the how other people so dark around you. Why? Because you know you are a light. So that's why the Buddha's teaching was that time was a kind of like a very psychological turn in this human history, because everything start to turn towards something inward, because otherwise everybody keep looking towards outside, outside, outside. There is something somewhere we need to find to gain our liberation. But the Buddha is the one who told, look into yourself, then everything going to be okay. So the meditation is a method. We take few minutes to look within. We take few minutes to recognize our own behavior. So for that, comparing to past or imagine the future doesn't work. So then the moment that we have to settle down with the present moment. In the physically, the first level physically, that's why the posture is very necessary. And once you settle down with the posture, so bring your inner attention towards the present moment. So that is where we need the primary mental object in the beginning. So we take our own inhalation, exhalation, and allow it to happen itself, and keep focus yourself and follow the sensation and be with the sensation. Don't interfere with it. Don't try to make anything happen the way you want. Don't bring your own personal needs to change that. Just accept it. But with the recognition, knowingly, you are observing, knowingly, this is inhalation or this is exhalation. But still, you have to be very careful not to keep in a conversation verbalizing your experience. Don't do that. Because that will empower your inner chattering. That is what makes us more disturbed. So you have to shut down that inner chattering and allow things to happen silently. Observe, and that will help you to recognize. So that recognition itself become a light to yourself, and you feel more comfortable with that recognition. When you are totally connected, the harness with that recognition, and you will see that recognition happening according to the moment of experience. And then you will recognize inside this body, it is just the connection of organs, not somebody. That connection of organs, that connection of the body, the physical body, the connection of this all bring the recognition. So then you know inside there is no one. But this recognition happened out of the moment of experience. And then you can change your inner decisions. That is the power. For any situation, rather than depending from your memory or past situations or the experience or past incident or the future dreams or future needs, in the present moment, you can take a decision according to necessary environment or the cause and conditions. When you have that ability, anywhere, whatever come, you will take the right decision according to that environment. And once you have that ability, anymore, you're not bound to your past, you're not bound to your future. You become free. You become free from the samsara, but still you will experience the life to the highest. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. And your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and bring your attention to your body, please. So you can gently close your eyes and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Suapat Veva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And recognize it through the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. To your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.